Hi, learners. Welcome to my class. Remember, I'm teacher Digital Benson Kabachia. We are going to go to discuss about our topic money. The previous subtopics we discussed about commission, higher purchase, and today we are going deeper to simple interest. Welcome as you listen and get knowledge on more about simple interest. Our topic about simple interest deals with how people acquire money through banks and other financial institutions that lend money to people who may be in need of money. Those financial institutions have some requirements that you have to meet so that you can be given money which you shall pay over a period of time. In most cases, the amount of money that you require is called principal. When you talk about principal, this is the money either borrowed in form of loan or deposited in form of savings. So the principal will be included in the total amount payable, known as the amount. Then you have the rate, the percentage in which the amount of money, the principal that you are given or you deposit, is calculated on. It's called rate, which is always given in percentage, and most rate is given per annum, that is per year, and in some financial institutions, the rate is calculated per month. The duration the amount of money stays in the financial institution or is borrowed is called time, which is the duration in which the amount of money should be paid according to the agreement. Then you have the accumulated amount of money that is paid all together or withdrawn, which is called amount. So we are going to go to tackle 6 formulas that are used to calculate simple interest as follows. 1. When you are calculating simple interest, we have to use the principal, we have to use the rate, and the time. So simple interest is obtained by multiplying principal by rate, which is in form of percentage, that's why we say of 100, times time, that is given, whether it is per month or per year, per annum. So simple interest is equals principal times rate times time out of 100. Simple interest may also be obtained whereby you have the amount and the principal. So simple interest can be obtained by amount, you subtract principal. So simple interest can be obtained by amount minus principal. Principal, the third formula, can be obtained by simple interest times 100 out of our rate times time. Principal can be obtained by simple interest times 100 out of our rate times time. What about rate? Rate or the percentage interest can be obtained by simple interest times 100 out of our principal times time. When you talk about rate, we are talking about the percentage, which can be obtained by simple interest times 100 out of our principal times time. Time is equals simple interest times 100 out of our principal times rate. The amount means the amount of money, the money payable at the end of the duration, if it is loan, or the amount of money will be withdrawn after somebody has deposited the amount of money, is equals principal plus interest. We are going to use these formulas to tackle several questions, and I hope you understand. Our first question. Kibet deposited shillings 50,000 at a financial institution that paid simple interest at the rate of 2.5% per annum. How much did he have at the end of 3 years? How much did he have at the end of 3 years? So our question is asking about the amount. We have been given shillings 50,000 as deposit. That represents our principal. We are told that the rate was calculated at 2.5% per annum, meaning per every year. Then we are told that the amount of money that he invested in the financial institution was there for 3 years. So our time is 3 years. So the first thing to get is interest. Interest is equals principal times rate times time or over 100. In our case, our interest is given in mixed fraction. We are going to change the mixed fraction into improper fraction. We multiply the denominator by the whole number. 2 times 2, we get 4. We add the numerator, we get 5. So it will be 5 or over 2%. Again, we want to write this one as a fraction. This is the same as 5 or over 200. You multiply 2 times 100 gives you 200. So in our case now, to get interest, it will be principal 50,000 shillings times rate. Now our rate is 5 over 200, which was initially 2.5%, times our time, which is 3 years. We cancel where possible. The 2 zeros in the denominator will cancel 2 zeros in the numerator. We divide 2 by 2, 1. 500 divided by 2, you get 250. You multiply 250 times 5 times 3. So 250 times 5 times 3. So it will be 250. You multiply by 5 first. 0 times 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 2, 5 times 5, 25. You write 5, carry 2. 5 times 2, 10. Plus 2, 12. Again, you multiply whatever you get by 3. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 5, 15. You write 5, carry 1. 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. 3 times 1, 3. So you get 3,750. This one is our interest. The question asks, how much did he have at the end of the 3 years? Representing amount. Amount is equals principal plus interest. Our principal was 50,000 shillings. Our interest we have found is 3,750. Then we add 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 5, 5. 0 plus 7, 7. 0 plus 3, 3. 5. So our amount is shillings 53,750. In our multiple choices, our correct answer is C. Learners, that's how we calculate amount. In our next question, Maloba deposited shillings 8,000 in a financial institution that paid simple interest. At the end of 3 years, this money had amounted to shillings 9,200. At what rate per annum was the simple interest awarded? Very simple question. We have deposit, which represent our principal, shillings 8,000. We have the duration, time, 3 years. At the end of 3 years, we are told that this money had amounted to shillings 9,200. Amounted represent the amount. So our amount is shillings 9,200. What rate, that is a percentage, per annum was the simple interest awarded? First of all, we are going to get the interest. Having been given the amount and principal, the first thing to get is interest. Interest is equals amount minus principal. Our amount is 9,200. Our interest is our deposit is 8,000. Take away 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 2 minus 0, 2. 9 minus 8, 1. So our interest is shillings 1,200. What is the question asking? At what rate per annum was the simple interest awarded? Rate is equals simple interest times 100 or over principal times time. So we take our figures. Interest 1,200 times 100 or over principal 8,000 times time 3 years. Cancel where possible. So we have 2 zeros cancels 2 0. That 0 cancels with that 0. By 3 1. By 3 120. By 3 40. By 8 1. By 8 5. So you get 5%. So our rate is 5%. Learners, that's how simple it is to calculate rate. I hope as you listen, you'll be able to understand more on the question. Our next question. Butter invested money with a financial institution that paid simple interest at the rate of 5% per annum. After 6 months, after 60 months, the money earned an interest of shillings 5,000. How much had he invested? Learners, this is a very simple but tricky question. We are told that the rate was 5% per annum. But when it comes to time, we are told after 60 months. So, learners, it is good to understand that per annum means per year. And in our time, we are given 60 months. So, what is the first thing to do? We change months, we convert months into years. Remember, 1 year is equivalent to 12 months. So to change 60 months into years, it will be 60 or over 12 or divided by 12. By 12 1, by 12 5. So 60 months is equivalent to 5 years. So our time, we are going to use 5 years, but not 60 months. Although 5 years is equivalent to 60 months, but our calculation, our rate is given per annum. So learners, we are asked, how much had he invested? The word invested represents the word principal, the amount of money deposited. Invested principal. So principal is obtained by interest times 100 or over rate times time. In our case, we are given interest 5,000 times 100 or over our rate, which is 5%, will be 5, putting in mind that the 100 has been multiplied on the numerator, times our time, which we have found again is 5 years, which had been given as 60 months, times 5. You cancel where possible. By 5, 1. 100 by 5, 20. By 5, 1. By 5, 4. Then you multiply 5,000 times 4. 0 times 4, 0. 0 times 4, 0. 0 times 4, 0. 4 times 5, 20. So our principal is shillings 20,000. Learners, have you seen how we calculate principal? When you are given rate, when you are given time, and when you are given interest. Only in our case, you are supposed first of all to convert months into years because the rate was given per annum. Our next question, learners, read as follows. Wanyama deposited shillings 84,000 in a bank which paid simple interest at the rate of 10% per annum. How much money altogether did he get if he withdrew all the money with the interest earned at the end of 7 months? Learners, the rate is given per annum, which means per year. Our time, we are told the money that was deposited for only 7 months. So again, learners, because these are 7 months and the rate is per annum, so what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to convert time in form of years. So putting in mind that there are 12 months in a year, so our time will be in form of a fraction, which would be 7 or over 12. Now this one represents a year. So when it comes to get our interest, it will be interest which is obtained by principal times rate times time or over 100. In our case, it will be principal shillings 84,000 times our rate 10 or over 100 times our time, which will be equivalent, because it's 7 months and the rate is per annum, which will be 7 or over 12, representing 1 year. We cancel where possible. The 2 zeros will go, 2 zeros will cancel each other. Then by 12, 1. 84 divided by 12 will give you 7. So you have 70 times 10 times 7. Simple multiplication, learners. We have 70 times 10 times 7. 7 times 7, learners, gives us 49. So we have 49 there. Then you have 2 zeros, which you are supposed to place there. For those learners who would write the wrong method, it will also give you the same answer. You have to multiply 70 times 10, which gives you 700. 700 times 7, which will give you 4,900. So our interest is shillings 4,900. But learners, what is our question asking? How much money altogether? The word altogether represent again the amount of money. Amount is equals principal plus interest. In our case, our principal, the money deposited, was 84,000. Our interest earned was 4,900. Then we add 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 9, 9. 4 plus 4, 8. 8, you drop, you get shillings 88,900. So amount is equal shillings 88,900. Learners, our correct answer was C. Learners, I want to caution you. There are people who will do very good calculation. You'll get up to interest, but you will not read the question again to get what is being asked. The amount altogether you add to get your answer is C. Learners, let's continue with the next question. Our next question reads, Musa borrowed shillings 20,000 from a money lender at a simple interest rate of 5% per month. How much did he pay back altogether at the end of 1 year? Learners, first of all, you are told the principal 20,000. Rate 5% per month. 5% per month. Time 1 year. Learners, in our previous questions, we have been dealing with per annum. But in this question, it is per month. And we are told that the duration is 1 year. So what are you going to do? If it is per month and it is 1 year, we are going to ask ourselves a question. How many months are there in 1 year? The answer is 12 months. So our time is 1 times 12, which will give us 12 months. So our time is 12 months. Learners, please take care. At the start, when it is per annum, per month, and you're given in year, change the year into months. So let's get our interest. The formula remains the same. Principal times rate times time. In our case, principal 20,000, rate 5%, that is 5 over 100, time 12 months. We cancel where possible. By zeros go, by zeros go. Use wrong method of multiplication. We multiply 5 times 12 learners, that is mental sum. 5 times 12 gives us 60. So it will be 200 times 60. Learners, we use the wrong method of multiplication. 200, we place the 0 there, we multiply by 6. I hope all learners are comfortable with that method of multiplication. 6 times 0, 0. 6 times 0, 0. 6 times 0, 0. 6 times 2, 12. Our interest is shillings 12,000. What is the question asking? How much did he pay back all together? In our previous question, there was again all together, which represent the amount. Amount is equals principal plus interest. So our amount will be given by principal 20,000, our interest 12,000. We add 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 2, 2, 3, 2 plus 1, 3. So our amount is shillings 32,000. Learners, I hope you'll be able to know the difference between per month and per annum. The next question, which is similar, the one we have done, so the same. A businessman borrowed shillings 40,000 from a lending institution at a simple rate of 2.5% per annum. Per month, again, per month. How much did he pay back at the end of 1 year? Similar question, only the percentage is given in mixed fraction, which we shall be able to convert into improper fraction. Let's convert our rate into improper fraction. 2 times 2, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. So you get 5 over 2%. 5 over 2% can be written as 5 over 200 as a fraction. Remember, you multiply the denominator by 100. So in our case again, it is per month, and we are told it is 1 year. So 1 year is equals 12 months. So our time is 12 months now, but not 1 year. Although 1 year is equivalent to 12 months. So we get the interest. Interest will be given by principal 40,000 times rate. Our rate was 2.5%, which will be written as 5 over 200 times our time now, which is 1 year, which is equivalent to 12 months. We cancel where possible. By 0 go, by 2 zeros go, by 2 zeros go, by 2 1, by 2 6. Simple multiplication. 5 times 6, 30. So we multiply 400 times 30. We place 0 there. We multiply by 3. Learners, I hope if being in class 7 and 8, you'll be able to know when we place the 0 there. 0 times 3, 0. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 4, 12. So our interest, similar to the one we had done previous, is shillings 12,000. What is the question asking? How much did he pay back at the end of 1 year? The amount payable is amount. So amount is equals principal, which was 40,000, plus our interest 12,000. 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 2, 2, 4 plus 1, 5. So our amount is shillings 52,000. Learners, always answer the correct answer. There are some runners who rush for B, the interest, but the question is asking how much was payable. So it is 52,000, which is our amount. Learners, let's continue. We have a question here that reads, Waja deposited shillings 24,600 in a certain financial institution, which paid simple interest per annum. After 9 months, the total amount of money plus interest earned was shillings 25,338. At what rate percent did the money earn interest? We had done similar question about rate. In our case here, we are told that there was a deposit, which is principal, 24,600. The money stayed in the bank, in the financial institution for 9 months. Then we have the amount that was there altogether was 25,338. And we ask what rate percent did the money earn the interest. In our first instance, we are going also to get the interest. Interest is equals amount minus principal. In our case, it would be amount, which is 25,338 minus 24,600. You subtract, you get 8. 8 minus 0, 8. 3 minus 0, 3. 3 minus 6, impossible. You borrow 1 from 5, you are left with 4. Bring 1 to 3 becomes 13. 13 take away 6 gives you 7. 4 minus 4, 0. 2 minus 2, 0. So our interest is equal 738. What is the question asking? At what rate percent did the money earn interest? Rate is equals interest times 100 or of our principal times time. In our case, our time again here is given in months. We want to change months into year. How many months are there in a year? 12. So it will be 9 or of our 12, which can be simplified by 3, 3 by 3, 4. So our time is 3/4 a year. So it will be rate is equals interest. We have found is 738 times 100 all over principal, which is 24,600 times our time, which is 3/4. You can cancel where possible. You can first of all work out this one. You divide by 4, 1, by 4, 6, by 4, 1. You are left with 2, becomes 20. 20 divided by 4, 5. Then you place that 0 there. You cancel where possible. By 0 go, by 0 gone. Then you are left with 625, 615. By 5, 2. By 5, 60 divided by 5, 61 divided by 5 is 6 divided by 5 is 1. You are left with 1, comes 11. 11, you get 2, you made a 1, 15, 3. Then you cancel here by 3, 1, by 3, 2, remainder 2, remainder 1. You get 13. Divide by 3, you get 4. Remainder 1, 18. You get 6. 18 divided by 3, you get 6. Then you can continue. 123 and 246 can cancel 1 by 123 1 by 123 2. You are left with 2 times 2, which gives you 4. So our rate is 4%. Learners, in my calculation here, you can also use your own method, whereby you can multiply using long method, but the best method is you cancel where possible the way I've done. I hope you'll be able to go through the question on your own and you work it so that you can understand. Learners, our last question of the day reads, Janet borrowed some money at a simple interest of 12% per annum. After 18 months, she had a total interest of shillings 5,400. How much money had she paid altogether? Learners, we are being told that he deposited some amount of money. We are not be given principal at the rate of 12% per annum for 18 months. She had a total of interest of shillings 5,900. How much money had she paid altogether? We are going to get principal first. Principal is equals interest times 100 or of our rate times time. Our interest is given as 5,400 times 100 all over. Our rate is 12 times. We are given per annum. We convert this one into year. It is 18 all over 12. You simplify where possible by 6, 3, by 6, 2. So it will be 3 all over 2. Cancel where possible by 2, 1, by 2, 6. You continue by 6, 1, by 6, 900, by 3, 1, by 3, 300. You multiply 300 times 100, which gives you 30,000. 300 times that. This is our principal. The question is asking, how much money had she paid all together? Amount is equals principal plus interest. Our principal is 30,000. Our interest we had been given is 5,400. We add 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 4, 4. 0 plus 5, 5. You drop 3. You get shillings 35. So amount is equal shillings 35,400. Learners, that comes to the end of our subtopic of simple interest. Hope as you go through your work, you'll be able to understand more. Our next lesson, we shall discuss on compound interest. I'm very happy for you subscribing to my channel. Share. Make sure you like, comment, so that we can know how we are going to improve on our working. I wish you all the best as we continue learning through this channel. Thank you very much. Welcome.